What's up, everyone? Got some Thai food here today, and this is pretty much a noodle dish. I can't really pronounce it. It'll be in the description below. Yeah, basically, it's just got some uh, noodles right here, but it's like a dry style noodle, and it has some pork belly, fish cake, some ground pork, some cilantro on top, some ground up peanuts, and then a little lime on top to add that little citrus accent on the food. So yeah, let's do this. Okay, so let's talk about Hunter x Hunter episode 7. So, episode opens up with everyone's aboard the chairman's airship, and he says that you guys are free to do whatever until the airship arrives at 8 a.m. tomorrow, where you guys will be taken to the next test site. And Tonpa warns Leorio and Kurapika says that, you shouldn't let your guards down and take it too easy because the next test could be starting right now between these hours until the next destination. And of course, Tonpa is the shady individual. He's just messing with Kurapika and Leorio. But later on, he finds them sleeping, sound asleep, as if, it doesn't really faze them. So meanwhile, Menchi, Buhara, and Satots, if you remember the former test administrators, are talking about the rookies within this test group, and hopefully they see some potential in them, so hopefully they pass. And of course, the one individual that really comes to mind was Hisoka, right? He's very dangerous, and Menchu remembers that before, remember that test examinee trying to attack Menchi, Hisoka had some, murderous intent coming her way as well, and she felt like he was going to challenge her. And then Satos definitely fills in Menchi about Hisoka as well. He was previous test examinee the previous year, and due to his past of hurting the examiner the previous year, he's very dangerous and must be wary of him. So here we see Killua and Gon just bonding again, and Killua opens up a little bit about his family to Gon, which is kind of, he's from a family of assassins, but if you're from a family of assassins, you shouldn't mention that you are from a family of that matter, right? So it's supposed to be top secret, but I guess he feels close enough to Gon to expose this part of him. So he's saying that his family sees a lot of potential in him as an assassin, so you shouldn't let your talent go to waste. But in reality, Killua actually wants to become a hunter. So, but he has learned, these assassination skills from his family. But he could use those skills as a hunter as well, right? And upon them talking and stuff like that, the old man Netero comes across them, and he sparks a conversation with Gon and Killua, asking them, "What do you guys think about this hunter test?" And Killua says that, I thought this hunter test would be much harder. I thought it would be much more fun, but so far it's an easy breeze for me. And then Gon says he's enjoying the test, and hopefully, later along down the line, it'll get harder. I'm sorry. So, Chairman Netero gives them, a test saying, "You know what? I'm gonna give you an offer of a lifetime. If you can beat me in this test, then I'll let you guys automatically become hunters, skipping all the other test phases to come." So the object of the game, Netero says, if you guys manage to steal this ball from me within the time frame before the airship arrives at the next destination, then you guys will become hunters. And at first, okay, Killua is up to the plate first, and he uses a technique from his family of assassins, and he uses some sort of after image technique and trying to put the opponent into a trance, and automatically Chairman Netero notices this is a assassination technique and is very surprised that um, Killua knows this technique at such a young age, and eventually, he tries to, swoop in, and he manages to hit Chairman Netero on his leg, but Killua is in great immense pain because Chairman Netero has legs of steel. Okay, let me get some more tea here. Man, this noodle dish is definitely a lot. I would even say it's even enough for two people. But then again, I mean, I don't eat that much, but it's a healthy portion. Okay, now it's Gon's turn stepping up to the plate. So at first, Chairman Netero doesn't know any what type of abilities Gon has. So Gon, he tries to go around the room a bit, and he uses his quick first step and kind of catches Chairman Netero off a little bit, but he jumps a little too high, and he ends up hitting his head on the ceiling. And then Killua says that Chairman, that was like a great opportunity. Chairman Netero kind of let his guard down a little bit, and so Chairman Netero says he's gonna up the stakes a little bit. He said, "Why don't the both of you come at once?" And he's that confident in his skills, right? So, um, uh, Killua and Gon are just tag teaming him and doing a barrage of attacks, trying to steal the ball from Netero. And at this one point in time that Gon kicks Netero, but he also flicks off his shoe, which is very unexpected. And this throws Chairman Netero off. And as Killua and Gon were about to get the ball, Chairman Netero showcases a little of his power, and he bursts with speed, grabbing the ball. And after this, Killua says he gives up. He points out that even Chairman Netero, he wasn't even using his right hand or and his left leg, and it would be pointless. We would never catch the ball before. Well, we would never catch the ball in years, even because he's that much more experienced than them. And Gon says, you know what? Okay, dude, you can call it quits. You can go to sleep or whatever, get some rest. But I'm gonna stay here a little bit longer. And Gon's goal is to just make Chairman Netero use his right hand. So eventually, I don't know how many hours pass by, but Gon and Chairman Netero are going at it. And at first, he headbutts him in his abs, which is Chairman Netero is swole as well, and Gon immensely hurts his head. And then he goes for another headbutt. Then Chairman Netero says, "At this rate, this boy will shatter his skull." And he kind of has compassion for him, and he dodges Gon's headbutt. But as a result, Chairman Netero uses his right hand, and then Gon is like, "I finally accomplished my feat. Uh, I'm done here." But then right after that, he falls asleep as he's really tired. Then Chairman Netero calls the pilot and says, "Slow down a little bit." He's trying to have sympathy for Gon and the other examinees as well, probably to get some more rest. And that's pretty much the end of this episode. So transitioning over, I think. Well, I watched a couple more episodes in advance, and I'm in the third phase of the Hunter exam, and it gets pretty good from here actually. So yeah, I know I didn't eat much, but yeah, I don't. These rice noodles are quite filling. It's all starch, man. But I'll probably save this for another meal. Anyways, thank you for watching. Peace.